Go. What's cracking, everybody? It's your boy Lucky Loco. Just out here surviving and maintaining, bro. Was gonna go out and hustle today, but I decided to go out and hustle some fried bread premix, as you see on the live. Man, just out here surviving, bro. Just out here getting it. Let's see. Let me take a look here. Let's see. Let's present something. Um, Share screen. Oh, okay. Okay. Let's see. Cancel that one. Let's go ahead and get something going over here. Let's take a look. Let's take a look up to see what's going on in the YouTube world, man. YouTube. Let's check it out. Okay. Lucky, it shows Lucky Locals live. That's good. That's a good thing. So let's go ahead and back into the studio. Let's see the fried bread premix. Yes, sir. So let's go ahead and take a look here. Present. Share screen. YouTube. So let's go. Okay. So it shows me live on there. Let's see. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Search videos. Did I go the wrong one? Nope, right there. Okay. Let's see. Oh, it's getting windy. Let's take a look here.
Video recorded from residents who were caught in the wind-whipped inferno Tuesday, showing how they huddled against the seawall, running to the water for safety. Lahaina resident Denny Euchre recording this video. He says he tried sending to his family as he feared he was not going to survive.
If I don't make it through this,
It's getting a little windy out here in Washington State.
Video recorded from residents who were caught in the wind-whipped inferno Tuesday, showing how they huddled against the seawall,
shout out to
running to the water for
it was a
safety.
homeboy that was inboxing me about
Lahaina
this
resident
earlier.
Denny Euchre recording
So I
this
just
video.
wanted to take a
He
look to
says
see what was
he
going
tried
on.
sending to his family as he feared he was not going to survive.
if I don't make it through this, I love everybody.
Video recorded from residents who were caught in the wind-whipped inferno Tuesday, showing how they huddled against the seawall, running to the water for safety. Lahaina resident Denny Euchre recording this video. He says he tried.
Oh snap! Let's see. Let's take a look. See what's going on over here.
Shit, look, and I've had people talk shit on the internet about me, man, and I've seen them face to face. Nothing has ever happened. So it's all woofing. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that, oh, fuck, we should get into an altercation, but I'm just saying if you're woofing all that shit and then you confront a man and nothing happens, hey, homie, stop it. Stop it.
Exactly. Just shut up, homie. Just shut up, homie. That's it. Just shut up. And to me, if you old enough to talk that shit, and I'm not talking about criticizing somebody. No, I'm talking about some shit, right? If you old enough to talk that shit, you better be old enough to fucking get your boots fucking nice and fucking tight and get ready to run this. And don't act like a little girl, homeboy. That's the only thing. You if anybody, homie, anybody. If somebody, I don't give, and I'm not even saying this what was said. If somebody, anybody in the chat, if you disagree with me, if somebody came up and on air said your wife's a bitch, your wife's this nigga, like, look who you hanging with, carnal.
What did you just say?
I
Good.
Oh, Jesus.
You just said that word.
Yeah, I did, Sonny. I did. I said, you keep hanging with these guys and you keep taking shots at me. That's what I said. If you would leave me the fuck alone, I could care less. But you always keep taking shots at me like I'm this nigga. Like, look who you hanging with, carnal.
What did you just say?
I said,
Good. Yeah, it's a little too much. Too much. That's not what I really wanted to get into today, though. So let's go ahead and take a look here. Let's take exit out of full screen. No Wi-Fi. So let's take a look at the controversy. What's going on out here, man? There's a lot of shorts, man. A lot of shorts going on here. Let's take a look at here.
Is this how the Hawaiian wildfires started? This footage of a snapped power line was taken by a resident on the 8th of August, the day fires were first reported across the island. And it could be a key piece of evidence in a legal case against Hawaii's biggest utility company. Lawyers say the company's equipment was not strong enough to withstand the winds, and they should have shut down the power earlier. Hawaiian Electric have not responded to the accusations yet and were contacted for comment. Regardless of the causes, experts say the strong winds and drought conditions made the
Madison's got
fires
stuff
more
going
extreme.
on out there, man.
Is this
That
how
is
the Hawaiian
crazy.
wildfires started? This footage of a snapped power line was taken by a resident on the 8th of August, the day fires were first reported across the island. And it could be a key piece of evidence in a legal case against Hawaii's biggest utility company. Lawyers say the company's equipment was not strong enough to withstand.
Apocalyptic images from Hawaii, where wildfires have killed at least 6 people in Maui County. Violent and explosive wildfires have torn through
Got 2 people
the
tapped
island of
in. I
Maui,
appreciate
destroying
y'all.
homes and businesses. The fires being fueled by a hurricane 800 miles away. It erupted so suddenly people had to run into the ocean to escape the fire and then later be
Wow.
rescued. CNN's Derek Van Dam is with us now. And Derek, we just heard from authorities in Hawaii. They say the fire's still burning.
And
This
it's likely to
must be old because I know
continue
there's
as
a
well,
bunch of
Jake. I
people that
mean, we
passed away,
still
man.
have the
Shout out
indirect
to
impacts
Hawaii and
from
the
Hurricane Dora
indigenous Hawaiian
and
people
high
out there,
pressure
man.
system to the north. So what it's doing is it's putting the squeeze right on the Hawaiian Islands and allowing those winds out of the east to gust. Well, we just checked over 40 miles per hour in some of those locations. That's going to obviously complicate fire efforts. But look at the aerial video that you're seeing on your screens right now. This is imperative because the fire that impacted the west side of Maui, the location, the economic hub of Miami, where all the resorts and businesses are generally
Look at the
located, where
wind coming
people go
down.
as
Right, I got the
tourists to
food trailer.
visit.
I
Well,
didn't sell
the
this.
fire ran out of room to burn, literally moving into the ocean as it literally had nothing else to
That's not going to
char.
be out
But
delivering today.
it was just incredibly harrowing moments. There were
The Fry Bread
adjectives
Premix.
used like dire and apocalyptic, and you can see exactly why with some of these first aerial visuals that we are getting. Now, everyone in Hawaii knows how to handle a hurricane. Everyone knows how to handle a volcano as well, as difficult as it can be. But this caught people off guard. As a meteorologist, we were watching Hurricane Dora slide well south of the island chain. It wasn't a concern for us. We thought it was fish food, literally not impacting land. But the fact is that it created a phenomenon with the winds that no one could have foreseen. And it caught people off guard in the middle
Hey,
of the
how's it
night
going?
when people were sleeping. So you can imagine just how terrifying those moments were overnight when we started to see those little flashpoints, the little hot spots on satellite imagery that meteorologists look at. We started to see those flare up. And that was a concern. And we immediately started to recognize that there was a problem. Social media videos start pouring in. And then we start to learn about the communications going down. 911 not becoming available for residents over the western side of the island of Maui. Think how concerning and how terrifying those moments must have been for people not being able to reach out for help. Well, that's what people had to endure. Jake,
All right, Derek Van
terrifying.
Dam. Derek Van Dam, thank you so much. Joining us now, Quentin Kachi is the president of Blue Hawaiian Helicopters, a helicopter tourism company. And Quentin, you suspended operations to use your helicopter fleet to help get food, water, and other supplies into areas of Maui that are the hardest hit. Tell us what your staff is seeing in these hardest hit areas.
Aloha, good afternoon. Yeah, it was a devastating night. I don't think many people slept across the state. We canceled all of our tourism operation and just really partnering with the state and focusing on taking care of the people at need. We got authorization to find one of the other airports closer to Lahaina, where we can bring in food and water and support. Good thing about, helicopters, they do have the versatility to land, on different locations like a golf course or this smaller airport over on the west side. But seeing it from the air and seeing the pictures just don't do it justice. It's just absolutely tragic, devastating. Several coworkers have lost their homes. We have business partners that have, their complete businesses in Lahaina have burnt down, and it's just tears just keep pouring and pouring from people's faces as we kind of work through the morning and all wake up and realize what we have in front of us.
Tell us about how your own staff has been personally impacted by this. I know you're trying to help locate some of your teammates in these impacted areas who might not have even had electricity or comm since yesterday.
Anybody that's been to Hawaii knows Hawaii. I mean, we're all Ohana. We're all family. We all love and care for each other so much. And it's just devastating. And not being able to get a hold of some of your coworkers, you can't stop thinking about it. We actually I have a friend that's a runner, has gone through in the areas that you're able to access, gone and knocked on doors and got some verification that people are okay. But the fires are still going, the winds are still there, there's still, ashes and hot spots. So we just have to be careful. It's very limited. The road from the airport, the main airport in Maui, the Kahului Airport, they call it the Poly Road. It's just a 2-lane road that has been closed. And so there's limited access in and out, limited cell coverage, no internet. They haven't had power in 24 hours. So it's just really hard. And it's going to take, probably days before we know everybody's okay.
Helicopters can land in just about any terrain, although obviously it's dangerous. These are particularly dangerous conditions. Have you ever seen anything like this as a helicopter pilot?
Do apologize about that, man.
I'm
as I'm
specifically
watching
not a
this,
pilot. I'm the president of the company. But what we
basically
do is
trying
we're
to
landing
figure
at
out-
Kapalua Airport,
I've
and
been out of
safety
the
is our
loop
number one
from, like,
priority. We
YouTube,
do a
from
full risk
anything.
assessment.
Let's go ahead and take a look. Yeah, so basically been out of the loop of anything that's been going on in the YouTube world, and just checking it out, man. A lot of tragedy and stuff going on. I've seen a couple things on TikTok where people are like, hey, man, F you and your $700. They're sending millions and millions of dollars to the Ukraine. And I've seen a couple people, like I even watched Willie D, the one of the singers from Ghetto Boys. He was talking about the subject when it first came out, and he was talking about how Oprah and The Rock aren't giving money, and he was saying that he's not going to give money either. He was like, there's no way. When was the last time Hawaii's ever done anything for us? And it's that's his opinion. I mean, I still listen to him. I'm not upset about his opinion. You can disagree with people and still support them. You know what I mean? As long as it's not something too drastic. But the Hawaii thing of the. Let me share a little story about the Vancouver area of the Hawaiians that got lost at sea. I got 5 people tapping in, man. I really appreciate you guys. Okay. So there's some Hawaiians that were lost at sea in the Pacific, and they washed up on the shore of Vancouver. And the Squamish Nation took them in and adopted them and brought them in. And then, they have like a ceremony and stuff that goes on. So, they have a lot of people out there in the Squamish Nation that are Hawaiian or come from Hawaiian descent. And total original Aboriginal people. It's they are part of the U.S., Canada. They're part of the world, man. It doesn't matter what they do for the rest of the United States. I mean, it's still a pandemic. It's still a tragedy that's going on out there. And it's hopefully it's being more picked up, but I do see a lot of people picking up on the subject of that. But let's go ahead and let me go ahead and remove, stop that one. But yeah, I mean, I guess you can watch the news if you want to watch that part, but let's exit out of full screen. And the beginning episode, I wasn't trying to take no shots at Gil. I just seen Chemo uploaded a video and was just like, hey man, let me check it out and see what the homeboy Chemo's up to. And like I said, we can all have opinions, and even ones that where we disagree. And we could still support one another, like I said, if it's not too tragic, if it's not too. Let me see this. So let's go ahead and put Chemo Flicks. Love this guy, man. He is hilarious, dude. Even with, let's see, YouTube guy. 'Cause, 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 But yeah, I'm going to be out and about. I was just trying to fix my printer. Let me see if it's ready yet. Okay, so I'm just power cleaning my printer. It hasn't been used in a long time. So the people that I've been shipping out a lot of premix to in the YouTube and El Chefe, I appreciate you reaching out to me in my email, and most definitely would love to see what's going on, man. I'd love to make my way back out to Colorado, the home, even though my team 70-20, homie, that was just embarrassing, but I still wear my Broncos jersey. You know, I don't know if you guys are friends with me on my Facebook post. I was like, man, being a Broncos fan, I see why people go back to their abusers because they think things are going to change. I keep going through it with the Broncos, man. It's still my team, win, lose, or draw, man. Got to celebrate the good. I'll talk smack about them too, man. So, let's see. There's a lot of these shorts on the Hawaiian stuff, man. Why it happened. Reports. The best places to live in Hawaii. Planning to steal their land. Let's check it out. Let's see.
A governor going on television after a massive tragedy where we don't even know the number of people dead yet. You have this massive area that's been burnt to the ground.
Yeah.
And then he starts talking about taking it over for the state. That's an insane position to take.
It is.
Post-tragedy. When people are suffering at their most, they can't even believe it happened.
Yeah.
Tonight from Maui, where Oprah Winfrey recently bought hundreds of acres of ag land in upcountry.
He said in a press conference, he said, we're talking to the attorney general. He said, I'm talking to my attorney general to explore options for the state to take over that land and use it to build workforce housing or build a memorial to the for the people who lost their lives.
Joe Rogan, the well-known voice of reason and curiosity, has recently unleashed a powerful call to action in defense of Maui residents. He's taken a stand against elites who are greedily eyeing the land of these islanders, questioning the audacity of anyone trying to snatch away their homes, especially during their most vulnerable moments. The people of Maui, particularly in Lahaina, are deeply troubled by the looming possibility that their ancestral lands might be taken by the state. But here's the twist. It's not just the government at play here. Wealthy real estate investors, developers, and elites are also in the mix, making enticing offers for the fire-ravaged land. So join us as we unravel the compelling story of post-tragedy Maui, where forces both public and private seem determined to grab a piece of paradise from its rightful owners.
I just want to remind all you real estate investors around the world, like Lahaina is not for sale. Please don't reach out to these families and take advantage of them during the most devastating time of our lives.
Just recently, Joe Rogan invited Tulsi Gabbard, who represented Hawaii's 2nd Congressional District in the U.S. from 2013 to 2021, to his show, The Joe.
Man, you know, as somebody that's going to profit off a tragedy, that's pretty crazy, man. I mean, you got to strike while the iron's hot. And for these people to, you know, they're going to be grasping at both hands, man. It's part of the shady business world, and you know the real estate business is what it is. It's crazy. Like they really, I mean, the gentrification of neighborhoods, and you know, buying up all these spaces that were, you know, gang raiding, drugs were rolling through.
Joe Rogan Experience. During their conversation, they delved into the response to the devastating fires that struck Maui. What's really eye-popping is that Joe Rogan brought up some concerning allegations about someone attempting to take away the land belonging to Maui's residents. And surprisingly, Tulsi confirmed Joe's suspicions right there on the show.
But the fears that the people in Lahaina have, some of whom, like Archie Kalepa, famous surfer, community leader, Native Hawaiian leaders, family has lived in Lahaina for 9 generations, now being told, well, the state, the governor is looking at taking that land, taking ownership of that land.
Now, here's where it gets interesting. The folks on the show, including Joe and Tulsi, didn't take kindly to the idea of snatching land affected by the Maui wildfires for things like workforce housing or a memorial. They saw it as morally wrong and a breach of people's rights and sovereignty. This news hit the public like a bolt from the blue. People felt that discussing taking over this land right after a terrible tragedy showed a shocking lack of empathy and timing. It felt like an abuse of power and a disregard for the suffering of those affected. Tulsi pointed out that while the state was trying to grab land from folks, they were offering some money to help them survive. She thought it was insane. You see, Hawaii already has the highest cost of living in the whole country. So it was like a slap in the face when the lead disaster response person from the Biden administration proudly said they were giving everyone a measly $700 payment. Tulsi Gabbard didn't stop there. She also shed light on the lack of government help for the communities hit by the Maui wildfires. In the aftermath, neighbors and families had to lean on each other for support and supplies because the government didn't step in. Tulsi even hopped on a plane from the main airport in Maui to a smaller one near the affected area to deliver much-needed supplies to the community dealing with the aftermath of the wildfires. According to Gabbard, the families and communities affected were left in the lurch because the mayor's response was slow. On top of that, the governor's plan to take over the land added to their woes. In Lahaina, folks were deeply worried that the governor might swoop in and claim the land affected by the wildfires. This struck fear into the hearts of a community that had called that land their home for generations. What really riled up the public was the unfairness of it all. They couldn't fathom how the government could try and snatch land away from the locals when celebrities like Oprah Winfrey owned vast stretches of land. In fact, it's no secret that Oprah, who spent over 15 years in Maui part-time, recently went on a property buying spree in the Aloha State. According to a report from a local news outlet, she shelled out around $6.6 million for 4 pieces of agricultural land, totaling a whopping 870 acres in Kula, Maui. 2 of these plots were even sold by Ulapalakua Ranch just last month. One plot covered 520 acres and went for $3.89 million, while the other, spanning 330 acres, cost her $2.47 million. Quite the contrast, wouldn't you say? As if that wasn't enough, towards the end of last year, Oprah Winfrey made headlines once again by acquiring 2 10-acre pieces of land, each for just $100,000. This purchase stirred up quite a mix of reactions from the local residents. Some were concerned that this acquisition might contribute to the displacement of native Hawaiians. It's worth noting that Oprah already owned over 100 acres of land in Maui, which means she now boasts ownership of roughly 1,000 acres on the island.
Media are calling the buy excessive because the millionaire already owns more than 100 acres in upcountry in Hana before buying 800.
What's up, man? What's going on, lucky local people, man? As far as we know, we can go along with that story. It's pretty obvious that they're grasping at both hands, man. Like I said, it's in any type of business, like they'll kick you when you're down. They most definitely will. In a tragedy and disasters, there's no shame in the game. Are they wrong for it, for trying to take advantage of people that's lost their lives, that lost their livelihood, that hold grounds that are sacred to them? Hawaii is part of their culture. They've been there forever, and it's it's almost like the no doubt. If anything that can make money, if they can, scoot you up out of your position, that's why I don't feel any type of animosity towards people that are pro-gun. Most of the people that walk around with their pistols out in the open, I don't feel threatened by them type of people. The people that push for their gun rights, that don't want to get their guns taken from them, that have to pay for what criminals do with their illegal firearms, are people with mental disabilities that, I don't know, psychopaths. It's not people with mental disabilities. It's just people that want to sugarcoat these psychopaths with pistols that legally went and bought a firearm and butchered a bunch of kids at school or coworkers or gay bars. You know, the gun owners have to pay for what they did. And, you know, it's that's why I'm all for them to have their gun rights. I don't feel threatened if they own 50,000 guns and 50,000, you know, ammunition. That's, you know, that's their right, and nobody should infringe on that right. And it's you know, the government shady, the system shady, and, you know, like I said, they will strike when the iron's hot. And from what it sounds like, and I really appreciate the homeboy that sent me the message, was like, hey man, do a reaction to this, to what's going on out in Hawaii, to our brothers and sisters out there, man, and prayers to everybody out there, because, you know, they act like they just didn't lose a bunch of family members, you know, and they didn't lose neighbors. They didn't lose people that they loved, people who grew generations on that island. And, you know, it's a beautiful place. It's definitely one of the places that I'd love to go visit sometime before my my Timex ticker stops. But yeah, Hawaii's definitely a real traditional place. There's a few places I want to go to that looks really beautiful. One of them's Cancun, and definitely one of them is Hawaii. You know, and my thoughts on it is that it's a crazy, crazy. It's crazy to have these people want. I mean, I guess you can see why they would want that. So I would like to see. Hold on, real quick. Let's see. 13. Cool. The reason why I got so excited is because I just got doing these premixes, and now somebody just ordered 13 of them, and then somebody else just ordered a bunch more. So that means I got to go get more supplies, got to go get more stuff. But I ordered a bunch of bags. And for anybody that wants to get them, man, let me know, because it's bringing our culture to your kitchen. You know, because you ask anybody, hey, what's your fried bread recipe? Nobody's ever going to tell you, man. And it's just something I want to be able to share, something I want to be able to bring to the table. But yeah, it's and then I got a catering job on the two catering jobs on Friday, so I gotta just send out the payments on that too. So real quick, I'm just putting a payment link together for. And if you're a starting up business person that has to take card payments, I would definitely get into Square. Square is definitely a great. It holds like even with this, it's blurring out, but you can send an invoice, send a payment link. So what I'm going to do is copy the link, have the payment. Let's see, share link. Let's see, copy URL. Then I'm going to send this one out for. Let's see. I'll go drop it off at their work, man. I want me to go drop it off at 3:00 today, so bet that up. I'll hang out with the homies, the family out here, man. What's going on? Is nobody commenting, or are they allowed to comment? Comments. Okay. But so let me see, 200. Let me see, and then I gotta put up one for Indian tacos for Friday. So yeah, after this live, I gotta call a couple other people and get ready for. Let's see. Okay, now I gotta clear this. But if you're gonna go with Square, I'll definitely if you're starting up a small business, I would go with Square. Or even if I have the cash register, I have the older one. You're able to turn this on, punch in your code, take the card payment, swipe right there. It has to have internet. Usually put the hotspot on it whenever I'm out and about. And they keep track of all your sales, the busiest times, what's the most popular thing that's sold. And that's how I got to find out I've cooked over 50,000 fried breads. Now that's a lot, 50,000 plus. In the last 4 years, it's a lot. says a lot of stuff of how people will trust and seek you out, because I have people that come from Wenatchee, about 2 hours, that come quite a bit, and they're big supporters of your boy Lucky Local, and it's great. Let me see. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna put. Let's see. 22 Indian tacos. Okay, 22. 234. Send payment. Send payment link. Share link. Copy URL. Cool. Okay. I appreciate you guys happening, man. Let me go ahead. I'm just doing this real quick. Was person who just called, recent, send a text. Cool. Let's get that paid up. Let's get it going, man. But anyways, sorry about that. Just getting into business. I just made a bunch of those, and looks like I'm already gonna have to make a whole bunch more. I'm gonna have to go grab some more flour. The secret ingredients that go into the premix, as you guys seen Josh make on the homie hangout, man. I really appreciate the homie for giving the opportunity like that, man. I'm trying to break bread with him for anybody that orders. And regardless of what he says, if you guys order through YouTube, hit me up at AB Native American Cuisine. And if you've seen it on Josh's post, the homie hangout, I don't care what he says. He says keep the money. I just think that Josh is a great dude, and I think we should do business together. For anybody else that wants to do it too, I mean, I've been trying to get a hold of a couple people behind the scenes. They don't answer the phone. They don't want to do business. That's on them. You know what I mean? So it's I'm trying to push an issue to where, hey, if you push it, you get a few bucks. And if anybody wants to link up and help out, I mean, that would definitely be cool, because to make all these bags yesterday and seal them to where it's not going to come out. They have a shelf life of 2 years. You can take these camping. You can have these as Christmas gifts. Hand them out for Halloween. But yeah, 1 cup of warm water, mix, knead, let it sit for 15 minutes. Then booyah, you got yourself some Indian tacos, live and direct in your living room, in your kitchen. Unless you cook in your living room, I don't know. Different strokes for different folks, but yeah, this is definitely something that's going to pick up. And there's been quite a few people that been ordered, but I do have to send some out, man. What's up, Shadow Pit? I appreciate you, brother. But yeah, I mean, like, if anybody wants to get some, man, let me know. abnativeamerican@gmail. My hair's all messed up. I didn't comb it. I just went out and got some lunch. I'm about to take my lady out to dinner tonight. And it's been a while. We've been, as you can see, we've been at the state fair. We've been out there chilling. And there's a lot of different stuff going on, man. I spent a lot of money on getting more bags, because that's how much I believe in this movement, in my product. I mean, I spent way more on, as you can see, the refrigerator back there was $1,100. The laptop I'm on was, I think it was at that time about 4 years ago, I think that was about $1,200. This table, I bought this table right here off of Facebook Market, I think $70. I bought my Blackstone griddle. That one was like $700. No, it's like, yeah, $700-800 for that sucker, because it came with a deep fryer. And I thought the deep fryer was going to be bomb. It ended up being real bunk. I got the deep fryer below me. That one was there's cheap, $40. But that $40, I'll run it right to the ground. Man, I'll use that sucker up bad. I'll treat it bad. I go through like 4 of them a year. I know I should just buy a good one, but sometimes I just don't have the money to get it. But yeah, this thing's starting to pick up, and it's going to pick up like wildfire. It's already out there. I want to be able to bring my culture to the shelves of the United States of America. That's my whole goal. That's my whole purpose now. Is I tried to call Shark Tank, and that show's not even on anymore, bro. I was like, dang, now I got to go the hard way and find investors and find easier ways to make my product. But for now, it's going to be made in this awesome waterproof package that you can seal back up after you open. But my recommendation, if you want to get like 4 or 5 of them, you want to break them out, you want to make yourself some Indian tacos, you want to make yourself a Yakima burger, you want to make yourself some desserts, anything off the menu, man, because I really do got to step it up and start doing my cooking channel, because that's the whole purpose. I want you guys to be able to make your own Yakima burgers, your own Wellingtons, just anything that's on the menu. I'm actually at the point where I can add a few things, a couple of things upon the menu that are different. It's getting cold, as you can hear. I don't know if you can hear the wind out here in Washington State. It's getting really windy and it's getting quite chilly. I had to go buy myself a sweater. And so I'm going to start adding soups and fried bread. But I was also thinking with the fried bread, like bite, like, you know how they do the crazy breads? I want to roll it up and close it with, put cheese in the middle and roll it up, put it, drop it in the deep fryer. And then you can dip it into your soup. There's soup bowls that I make. I want to make a clam chowder dish where the fried bread bowl is made out of fried bread. You dump it in, you take it like how you do the other, take the piece of the bread off, and there you go. You got yourself a bowl of soup and you got yourself a fried bread bowl. So even with the chili, you know, people love the chili. Maybe make a few of them like that. It costs a little bit, but you know, it's all about getting out there. And I believe in my products. I believe in where I'm going, and I just can't give up. I mean, I text somebody who was like, "Hey man, I'm fucking ready to go get a 9-to-5," and which I'm actually going to do. I applied at quite a few places. I want to be able to have that steady income to where if I got to take a break, if I got to take these and ship them out, make them, I just want to have that luxury of being able to buy Christmas presents, because for the past little bit, I haven't been able to, because I'm poor. Investing my time in all this, and I'm praying, dude, that it breaks, that it comes out, man. And I pray that it goes to where it needs to be. Like I said, being on the shelves, you know what I mean? You know how cool that be, just to be like, hey man, I've fucking been watching Lucky Loco for like 3 years. I've been watching him ever since he was on Gunner's channel and Rojo's channel. You know, Box doing an interview with Sandman, and you know, being on the Homie Hangout and jumping on other people's channel, you know, Dankin' and Drankin', and you know, just all these different people, man, and being able to be on the shelves. And if I strike rich, do you think I'm going to be the type of person to be greedy and not be able to, you know, help other people, you know, be able to go do business with other entrepreneurs, you know, be a lesson in the business world of where we're at, and give hope, inspiration to other people. I mean, shit, I know I'm not the most wealthiest, but I do have knowledge of taking losses, of taking punches to the chin, of feeling like the world is unfair in the entrepreneurship world, because it is. There's a lot of toes that'll be stepped on, a lot of gossip's going to be made, a lot of hate's going to be brought up, but then you also have to deal with that, to be able to be embraced by people that love you, that support you, be able to take that and run with it, use that as fuel instead of the disappointments, the heartbreaks, the people that will step on you to get where they need to go, or to make themselves feel better. They'll start talking smack on your business, start talking behind your back. And it happens. It's bound to happen, whether you're an entrepreneur or you go to work. And there's a group of people, I know there's people here that are watching that go to work and don't get along with certain people at work. And you're just like, man, fuck that motherfucker, dude. And that's how it is in the entrepreneurship world too. You know, it's there's a lot of people that will hate and step on your toes and dry snitch on you at work and make stuff up at work, and you know, making it a hostile environment, man. And that's how it is. Like every day when I go out, I see people that don't like me, and I just keep it moving, man. I really don't give a shit about them anymore. If you're not supporting me, if you're not feeding me, if you're not helping, then why should I bother wasting time trying to kiss their ass? Their mind's made up already. You know, just like I said, smile and keep it moving. Keep it moving and keep it grooving, man, because I get so caught up in people's negative outlook of me to where I'm not focused anymore, to where I'll get upset. And that's exactly what they want, for them to win, to make them feel better, is because, you know, it's I'm just explaining this for anybody that's getting into the entrepreneurship world, man, because it's rough, it's hard. You got to be able to put up with the accusations, the quality, the time, you know, if I was at work working overtime, man, I'd be putting in 12, 14-hour days at work, you know, just like I'm here. But, you know, some people are blessed with that 8 hours, man, and be able to unwind and go cook with friends on the weekend, go kick it with people on the weekend, man. I don't get that opportunity. So whenever I go over to a friend's house to kick it for a day, that's a blessing. And that's like once every 3 months, man. So, and I only got like 2 friends out here, you know what I mean? And I value those 2 friends as much as I can, man. And I got a lot of acquaintance and a lot of people that love me and a lot of people that support me. You know, I just had Weedco text me right now and tell me any day, man, the platform's yours. I can go over there and go set up any day I want over in Yakima. And that is an awesome opportunity, man. You know, it's just that I got to figure something new, so get people coming again. So I got to, like I said, the chili bowls, the soup bowls, the clam chowder. It's getting colder. I'm going to bring back the s'mores dessert, chocolate s'mores dessert. And what that is the fried bread, the chocolate, obviously at the bottom, the crushed up graham crackers with marshmallows, and then you get your little fucking torch, get the torch, roast the marshmallows, get them suckers out. They're all roasted on there. Then you put a little bit more graham crackers on top with some chocolate. Just put the chocolate on top. Get the whipped cream. Put the whipped cream on top of that. And then you put a little bit of graham crackers on top, just for the looks of it. And the taste of it, man, it's like, I swear a lot of people love the Sharon Strawberry Shortcake, or even the Huckleberry ones that I have too. And I just bought another bag of Huckleberries. Man, them suckers are so expensive, but you do make some good money off of them. So the Huckleberry's been selling. The premix has definitely been out there, man. And I am ready to go out there and go hustle. And for those who did order, man, I really appreciate you guys. I know it's times are rough. I can't expect everybody to order them. And when they can, they do. And sometimes bills pop up and I don't get discouraged. You know, we're all here trying to make it. We're all, and you know, you treat one another, because the way I look at it, I have customers that, like I said, that own gas stations, that own all this stuff, and they're Native American entrepreneurs. I'm about to do a story on them, and they make millions. And I treat them just the same as somebody that comes up and buys a $10 Indian taco. You know, I don't go above and beyond. They start kissing their butt and be like, man, I really appreciate you guys. And they do too. They tip big. They're like, it's crazy. And I appreciate them. If anywhere else in the world with all that money they got, they came here to your boy Lucky Local to keep it pushing. And I gotta appreciate stuff like that, man, because it's, like I said, it's rough, it's ugly, it's crazy. But you know, I have a feeling this is gonna take off. Let me go ahead and get rid of that. Where's that? It's all blurry. But I have a feeling this is going to take off locally and nationally. So, I mean, because I know people do it every once in a while. I'm going to start reaching out to bigger corporations if I can't get it done with through Shark Tank. That's cool too. Maybe I'll start reaching out to Walmart. You know, just be like, hey, look, give me X amount of money for this, for each one, you know, because we need to have a Native American option. Like, even if they take my dough and put it in that tin right there, you know what I mean? And be able to put it up on the shelves, put the chili on, put my chili on the in the can, whatever. Even use Nellie's chili on top of fried bread. You can't go wrong with it, man. But the best way to do it is homemade, like your boy right here, man. That's why so many people come back. I got sacks of pinto beans. I got, I cook, I marinate. It's about a good 6 hour process to get it, 6 to 7 hour process to get it to where you're going to enjoy it. You can tell the difference. You can tell the difference from when I was in a rush and I have to use a can opener to make more chili. People notice the difference. They're like, oh man, this is canned. That you was fresh. I am fresh, but at this time, you guys bought me out and I have to make more. And I don't have the time to go soak beans for 4 hours and then rinse them, clean them, put them back in, boil them for like 3 hours at about 5. Add your spices, add your beef, add your meat, add your, just whatever it is that you're going to do for an Indian taco, or for some Navajo tacos. Just depending on where you're at. Down south, you're going to see Arizona, New Mexico, other places that are going to call them Navajo tacos, Navajo bread, because somebody just kept calling it Navajo bread. I was like, oh my God. Like, okay, but I really, like I said, if you watch any of my videos, that's our latest North and South beef right there. That's our Southern California, Northern California, not as violent beef. We have the Indian tacos from up north, and then we have Navajo tacos from down south. I mean, both are delicious. Both are made different, but that's our war. That's our little beef. That's it. The person who just ordered them, I told her Indian tacos. So let's see if any of the payments went through. Let's see, card on file. Transactions. Nope, none of them went through yet. But which is fine. It's all right, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's our little but yeah, I'm gonna roll out the fry bread dough about maybe so big, and then put cheese in the middle, roll it up, close it, drop it in the deep fryer, cook it. So it's gonna be like crazy bread. And then when they get their bowl of chili, they can just, they got cheese inside of the fried bread, dip it into their chili, their soup, eat, get their grub on. Well, most people like to get fried bread and soup. So that's what I'm gonna get, and that's what I'm gonna do. So like I said, if you guys want to get some, abnativeamerican@gmail.com. So it's definitely Esther Gonzalez. Hey, what's going on? We got Shadow Pit. We got all kinds of people showing that love and respect. And I appreciate it, man. Man, my prayers to Hawaii. My prayers to the people out there that lost their lives, man. It sounds like a really messed up situation. It sounds like it hit pretty quick. And, I feel so bad for them. It's it's crazy. Could have been avoided. Could the governor done more? Probably. Could the, when they said, oh, if they're going to put the siren on, they would have thought, oh, a typhoon's coming, this is coming. They could have warned their people, hey, man, there's a fire coming. Get out of here. Get to the ocean. Get to the water. And that's got to be a scary situation for anybody that's been in a house fire. I know I have when I was a kid. Still kind of remember it, but it was just, it's crazy. Somebody at my house. Thanks, Lucky. I'll be ordering some of that good old fried bread. I appreciate you. That's cool. Like I said, just, whenever your time's ready, man. I know bills happen, a lot of things happen, but I have a feeling that this is going to take off nationally. And I'm putting forth the effort. I'm not giving up. I'm knocking on doors. I'm on social media. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Snapchat, YouTube, just wherever I can get free, because I don't have enough commercials. I don't. And that's what we're dealing with. For anybody that's dealing with any of this, you're dealing with corporations that have, man. I'm struggling to pay rent, I'm struggling to pay car payments, I'm struggling to put food in the fridge. So there's no way I'd have time to do a commercial. But I do have some old commercials. If you heard that other one, they're like, "Buddy, which fry bread? All the best thing in the world." I'm gonna make a few of those because I did pay for those commercials when I did have the restaurant. So I want to make a premix one. Let me see. Microsoft security threats found in the Defender antivirus. Really crazy, crazy, crazy. So let's go ahead and end this with, let's see. What's going on? Let's see.
70 more acres in Kula.
Now, here's where the public's frustration really kicks in. Instead of trying to push out the residents who've been through so much, people are wondering why the government doesn't make use of some of Oprah's land instead. It's almost like a logical solution staring them in the face. But that's not all. Reports are coming in that in the aftermath of the devastating wildfires, residents whose homes were reduced to ashes are getting unsolicited offers from real estate investors from off the island.
Dang.
These investors are trying to snap up the land that's been ravaged by the fires. These offers are being labeled as predatory by experts, mainly because they're taking advantage of the people's misfortune and desperation. This has led local authorities to step in and take action to protect residents who are not only dealing with the loss of their loved ones, but also the loss of their homes and livelihoods due to these catastrophic wildfires. Goldine Lowe, a Maui resident, got hit with a shocker. Right after the devastating wildfires, she received not one, not two, but 5 offers to buy her house. And her house wasn't even in the area burned by the fires. It was like these offers came from another planet, completely ignoring the heartache her community had just gone through. One of these offers came from a bunch of real estate folks in Texas. They claimed the housing market in Lahaina was hotter than a summer's day in the desert, and they wanted to buy her house with a big bag of cash. But again, her house wasn't anywhere near the fire zone. It was like they didn't even do their homework and just wanted to take advantage of her. No wonder she felt like they were saying, "Hey, ready to leave your home in the middle of a tragedy and make some cash?" Thankfully, some heroes have stepped in to protect Maui's people and their land. They're shouting it loud and clear. Maui is not up for sale. As one of these heroes is a law professor named Troy Andrade. He's working his socks off to educate and shield Maui residents from these sneaky tricks. The Hawaii Department of Commerce and Consumer Affairs has raised a big red flag about these tricky real estate pitches. They're warning folks in Maui to be careful. They're saying that if someone comes out of the blue offering to buy your property, you might end up with way less money than you should. These buyers can be real smooth talkers, making you feel rushed to make a decision, even when you should take your time. To make things even crazier, Hawaii's Governor Josh Green said it's now illegal for anyone to bug Mauians about selling their land. But guess what? It looks like the state itself might be joining the land-grabbing party. People in Maui are standing up, fighting to keep their land, their heritage, and their homes.
Dang.
They're up against not just the local government, but also bigger forces from the state and feds. This is where Joe Rogan stepped in, boldly calling out the elites for their shady dealings. Let's face it, losing your loved ones, your homes, and even your land all at once is an incredibly heart-wrenching experience. Instead of extending a helping hand to the devastated community, it appears that these elites are trying to entice them out of their rightful possessions. But Joe Rogan is not alone in this fight. The people of Maui have rallied together, making their voices heard on social media and beyond. They refuse to let their community and its values be undermined by those with ulterior motives. It's a collective outcry against what seems like a grave injustice. In the face of adversity, Maui residents are standing strong, united in their determination to protect their homes, their land, and their way of life. It's a testament to the resilience and solidarity of a community that won't be swayed by the interests of the elites and even its government. It's a battle to keep Maui in the hands of the people who call it home. They're calling for unity, telling everyone to spread the word and stand tall to save Maui from those who want to snatch it away. Maui belongs to its people, and they're ready to fight to keep it that way. So what do you think about this wild situation in Maui? Share your thoughts below.
Dang. Yeah, it's crazy, man. That is just crazy. Let me see. Flock will drop on. I watched that one earlier. Let's see what else I got out here. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and tap out. I'll probably jump on later tonight or do a couple reaction videos since today's kind of an easy day, but I do have to get stuff ready for tomorrow. I will be out in White Swan tomorrow, hustling, getting that paper. I want to go super early in the morning. I want to go at least about 8 o'clock in the morning till about 8 o'clock at night. I need to get out there. I need to get up with some paper. I still want to come to California regardless of the time of year. I still want to come out there and come hang out. There's a lot of people, a lot of support from out that area. And I would love to get that going, man. I appreciate you guys tapping in. And yeah, I'll be hustling some more fried bread premix. Like I said, I got most of that box sold right there. So that's pretty cool. Hard work's going to pay off, man. Hard work's going to pay off. And I'm going to be on the shelves one day, nationally, worldwide. I know I am.